My boyfriend's parents sold their house and went on a 6-month-long cruise, leaving their minor daughter homeless, so my boyfriend moved her into my house without asking me first, and she has been such a demon and spoiled brat that I want to kick her out, even if she has nowhere else to go. Posted by you/dramatic sandwich 17. Obligatory. This is a throwaway account. I don't really use Reddit that much, but I don't want people I know finding this. I, 25F, have been with my boyfriend, 27M, for 3 years, and he moved in with me last year. Everything was going great until last Christmas, when his parents announced they were selling the family home and downsizing. But they wanted to go on one of those 6-month-long cruises around the world. Fine, whatever, they can do what they want. Except they have a younger daughter, Emma, who is 18. Completely unbeknownst to me, my boyfriend had agreed to let Emma live with us until she moved away to uni. This led to a lot of fights between my boyfriend and me because I didn't want Emma living with us. Despite all this, she moved in after the house sold in February. It has been hell. For starters, our house might have 3 bedrooms, but only one was used as a bedroom. One is my home office, and the other was a home gym for me and my boyfriend. Emma turned the gym into her room, and now a lot of our equipment is in storage. I hate having Emma here as she's a total brat and doesn't contribute anything to the house. Here is just a small list of the crap I have to deal with. The second Emma turned 18, she was out with friends, coming back drunk at 3 a.m. and waking up my dogs as she clattered into the house, normally with an equally drunk friend. For the first month of her living with us, she would steal my stuff constantly: skincare, haircare, perfume, clothes. Anything. I now have a lockable box for toiletries so she can't get to them. She has lost 6 different sets of house keys since moving in, and I've had to have the lock changed twice due to various issues. She refuses to do anything I ask her to do because she's busy. She doesn't have a job. How is she busy? She refuses to eat anything I cook and will demand we order takeaway instead. I have asked her repeatedly for meal ideas, and even if I make that exact meal, she refuses to eat it as it doesn't taste right. The breaking point came last weekend when my boyfriend, the dogs, and I went away for the weekend. I was reluctant to leave Emma in the house by herself, but my boyfriend said it would be a great way for Emma to gain some independence before going to uni. Big effing mistake. We came back on Sunday evening to a trashed house and a hungover Emma asleep in her room. I had to get a professional cleaner in on Monday to tackle the worst of the mess after I spent half the night cleaning. I'm done. I want her out of the house. I thought I could deal with this until she moved away in September, but I can't, especially now that she's talking about putting her place on hold for a year so she can go traveling and use our house as a base. No. I want her gone and out ASAP. True, she has nowhere to go, as her parents aren't back from their cruise until the end of August, but I don't care. I want her gone. I've talked to my boyfriend about this, and he won't budge because Emma is family and he can't kick her out. So, would I be the jerk if I kick her out? Top/relevant comments. Commenter. Not the jerk, but whose names are on the lease? Who is paying for all this takeout, cleaning, and work? Has your boyfriend admitted that she is a problem and attempted to put his foot down about her disrespectful attitude toward your home? If you can't kick her out, some real rules need to be established, such as curfew times, cleaning chores, etc. Your boyfriend is treating you like a hired hand to keep up after her refusal to contribute in any way to the home. If she can't contribute financially, she needs to contribute with labor. No, you wouldn't be the jerk to kick her out, but I suspect your boyfriend will lose his crap, and really, where does she have to go? It may be easier for you to leave and take your finances with you. Ops response. It's my house. I inherited it from my grandparents when they died a few years ago, so it's mine outright. My boyfriend contributes half towards the bills and stuff, but I haven't got round to putting him on any official documents yet. I doubt I'll bother now. He was furious when he came home last weekend, but also chalked it up to Emma being a teenager and having fun. I'm swiftly realizing he's not the person I want to be spending the rest of my life with. Commenter 2. Who pays for all her stuff? The locks, the cleaners, the takeouts? Why did you clean up a whole night, and what did your boyfriend and the culprit do? Were there any other consequences for her? What does your boyfriend say about the situation? Ops response. My boyfriend paid for the locks to be changed, as I refused. I paid for the cleaner, and I assume my boyfriend pays for her food, as I don't. Commenter 3. I'm laughing only because I don't understand how you dealt with this for so long. Respectfully, you can't seriously want to keep living with somebody that's controlling what you want done in your home. What you say goes, end of the discussion. Ops response. Honestly, I don't know how I haven't gone crazy yet. I think I assumed it would get better / she'd be gone by September. I also didn't think she'd be this much of a brat. Opt to a downloaded commenter. At the same time, put yourself in Emma's place. Her parents took off for 6 months and left her. She's been abandoned by her own parents, apparently a little before she turned 18. That sucks, and she is likely acting out due to that. There is nothing like feeling totally unwanted by your own parents. The parents don't seem to want Emma, and she knows it. That's why she is talking about staying with you for the next year. I'd feel sympathy for her, but they have spoiled her for years. Believe me, they have never made that girl feel unwanted. Commenter 4. Both can go. And why didn't he clean up himself or have him pay for the professional cleaning services? Smells of AI. Not the jerk. Op's response. He was talking to Emma and watching the dogs while I was cleaning. He apparently asked Emma to apologize to me, but it fell on deaf ears, as I still haven't had an apology after nearly a week. I paid for the cleaner because he paid for the locks to be changed. Commenter 5. So, how much of a mess did she make? It sounds like she had a bunch of people over without telling you guys about it. It also wouldn't surprise me if the missing keys went to her friends, since she feels like her brother's things are her things. Op's response. She had some of her old school friends over and friends from her college course. I'm guessing roughly 30 to 35 teenagers? The mess was a lot. My kitchen and living room were full of empty bottles, cans, and snacks. All the rugs downstairs had to be cleaned, the staircase carpet had to be cleaned, and both bathrooms. Luckily, there was no permanent damage. Op on underage drinking. We're in the UK, so the legal drinking age is 18. Op on her dogs. The dogs were with us, I never go away without them. Op adds an edit to her post. Forgot to mention this in the post / maybe it wasn't clear. It's my house. I own it outright with no mortgage, and my boyfriend is not on any official documents. The only thing in his name is our Sky TV payments. Everything else is in my name, as I lived here before he moved in. He does pay half towards bills, but he just sends the money to me each month. I'm going to try and talk to Emma and my boyfriend's parents. I've sent them a text message asking them to call me ASAP. I'm also reaching out to Emma and my boyfriend's older sister to see if she will take Emma in for a while. I doubt she will, as they don't get along and she has a 2-year-old, but it's worth a shot. Op adds a second edit to her post. I'm such a goddamn idiot. Firstly, thanks to all of the comments, I have realized that my boyfriend is not the person I want to be spending the rest of my life with. Secondly, I managed to have a video call with my boyfriend's parents, and wow, just wow. First of all, they have been sending Emma £700 a month to cover her living with us, and I haven't seen a penny of it. Their mum mentioned that I could take the cleaner fee out of Emma's money, and I asked what money she meant because Emma doesn't have a job. She laughed and said, the £700 we send Emma each month to cover all her expenses while she lives with you. They've been sending Emma money, and she was supposed to be giving this money to us to cover everything. Either Emma has been keeping it, or she's given it to my boyfriend and he hasn't said a word. Surprisingly, her parents were furious that I haven't seen any of this money, and they are sending me a bank transfer of £4,200 to cover the money Emma should have been giving us since February. They are sending it to my personal account, and then I can do with it what I see fit. I was brutally honest on the call and said that I can't have Emma staying with us any longer. Yes, she might leave in September, but what if she doesn't get the results she needs for uni and has to defer, or if she takes a gap year? I'm not putting up with this for another year. Their mum is going to talk to her sister and see if Emma can stay there until they get back at the end of August. For those wondering, yes, they have a house all lined up for when they return. They will not be living with us when they get back. I'm going to have a serious talk with my boyfriend this evening, and I'm now rethinking our whole relationship. If he tries to fight over Emma staying, then it's over. A lot of the comments in this post have made me realize that I've been a doormat to this man since Emma moved in, also that I should have been charging him rent, and I'm not standing for it anymore. Wish me luck, helpful Reddit folks, wish me luck. Update 1 day later. Hi all, I want to start this off by saying thanks to everyone because your comments gave me a serious wake-up call. I currently can't post an update on Ada because this is still ongoing. I won't waffle, so here's the update. I sat both my boyfriend, for this update we're calling him Tom, and Emma down last night and laid down the law. I said that Emma needed to go and that I couldn't put up with her attitude and disrespect any longer. For those wondering if Tom knew about the money, he did. He wasn't keeping it, but he knew about it. He thought it would be a great chance for Emma to learn about budgeting and responsibilities. I said that the evidence has proved she hasn't learned anything, and if you give an 18-year-old £700 a month that she hasn't had to work for, she's going to go nuts with it. If Tom thought that would teach her any kind of responsibility, then he's dumber than I was for putting up with either one of them. Emma tried to defend herself by saying that she thought living with me would be a chance to bond and that I could become another sister for her. I fired back with, if this is how she treats her siblings, then it's no wonder that her actual sister doesn't like her. Mean but fair. As far as my relationship goes, I think I'm done. I've told Tom that I need some space to seriously think about this relationship, as this whole ordeal has shaken me. Emma is going to stay with her aunt, and so is Tom. Their aunt is driving over tomorrow to get Emma and her stuff. Tom is going with them and staying there for a week or so. When he's back, we'll have a proper sit down and talk through everything. Sorry this isn't more detailed, but I'm really drained from the last 24 hours and just want my house back to some semblance of normal. Top/relevant comments. Commenter. How did Tom see the 700 as learning after months of his sister not learning anything? Ops response. I honestly have no idea. He has a blind spot for his younger sister because she's the baby, but seriously, there's a point when you have to tell her to grow up, learn some responsibilities, and start acting like an adult. Commenter 2. Him knowing she was getting $700 per month and that she was stealing from you is insane. Bare minimum decency, he would have made her pay you back with that if he cared about her learning responsibility. Paying rent is also a responsibility, but it sounds like he wasn't paying anything either, so maybe that's where she got that from. Commenter 3. This. This. He not only doesn't respect you for bringing his brat of a sister and forcing her on you because make no mistake, he didn't consult with you because he knew he wouldn't be able to convince you. So he went the better say sorry than ask for permission route? But he completely doesn't care about you because if he did, he would have A. Made the brat be respectful and actually follow rules of basic decency. B. Made her pay you back for the things she was stealing. He knew she was stealing from you at the same time he knew she was getting money from their parents. All he did was basically say, you naughty girl, go off, go play, but apologized to Op for being naughty, and didn't care further. Honey, this guy is a wuss, not a partner. A man can have good qualities, but this goes beyond having a blind spot for his family or his little sister. This man does not respect you nor care about you one bit. You may want to take this week to make sure your stuff is in order. Second update 12 days later. Hi everyone, I meant to post this on Monday, but I've been busy, so here it is now. Emma and my boyfriend, Tom, for this update, both left last week and went to stay with their aunt. Emma is staying there until her parents are back. Tom was staying there for a week to give me space. Tom came round on Saturday evening so we could talk about our relationship and everything. Long story short, I broke up with him. Reading all the comments made me realize that I'd been walked all over by him and his sister for too long. Enough was enough. He's been back and forth over the last few days to get his stuff, and I think he's staying at a friend's house while he looks for a place to rent. Obviously, I'm sad about the breakup because I did think I'd spend the rest of my life with Tom, but this whole situation has made me realize that I need to be selfish and put myself first for once in my life. As for Emma, she's on a strict curfew, and money will be sent to her aunt to cover her expenses. Her aunt has said she's on a 3-strike policy, but to be honest, I don't care anymore. Emma is not my responsibility and never actually should have been. The money Emma and Tom's parents sent to me has been used in 2 parts, covering all expenses Emma racked up, like the cleaning bill, etc. A very, very nice spa trip for me. Some friends are coming with me, and we all can't wait. My parents are going to look after the dogs. I've booked myself a full body massage and a champagne afternoon tea. So yeah, that's the update. I'm now single and have my house back. Honestly, I couldn't be happier despite the breakup. Thanks to everyone who left comments and helped me find my backbone. Top/relevant comments. Commenter. How did Tom react to the breakup? Did he regret his actions? Ops response. He does regret his actions but stated that he was only ever trying to do right by his family/teach Emma some independence. The breakup didn't blindside him. He knew there was a 50-50 chance I'd break up with him after he left last week. He seemed upset by it, but I made it clear that despite me loving him, we're just not compatible, and I can't be with someone who doesn't respect me, my home, or my boundaries. Commenter 2. What about Emma? Did she throw a fit about moving out or all the work that required? Did she get in trouble about the money? I assume it's too much to think she was capable of remorse. Ops response. Zero remorse. She's furious she has to stay with her aunt because she's now under curfew, and her aunt is planning on treating her like the child she's acting like. Direct quote from the aunt. Yes, she is getting in trouble about the money, but I don't know in what way. Commenter 3. WTF were those parents thinking? Year 13 in the UK is one of the most important school years in a child's life. The results students get at the end of it set the course for the rest of their lives. Who on earth literally abandons their child at such a key time, never mind makes them homeless? Just. Just. I'm flabbergasted. I actually thought it was fake for a while because surely no parents could be so selfish as to go on a cruise and leave their kid to other family to raise, and have no one call them out on it. Two families have now been seriously impacted by their cruise, Op and the aunt. But the rest of the story felt quite genuine, so maybe some parents are this selfish? Op's response. Honestly, Tom and Emma's parents are lovely people, they're just a bit dim and selfish. 2 of their 3 children had moved out, and the house was getting too big for them. The original plan was to sell the house after Emma left for uni, but Tom offered to house Emma so they could get a head start on the cruise and sale of the house. I only found this out the other day while on the phone with Tom and Emma's older sister. They did a great job raising their first child, kind of half-assed raising Tom, then just gave up when Emma was born. Commenter 4. I wonder why the other sister doesn't get along with Tom or Emma. Op's response. Tom and his older sister were close until about 6 or 7 years ago. She's never been close with Emma because of the age gap and the fact that she thinks Emma is a spoiled brat,